This is Wilbur, and we're playing Mechabellum.
Hey, this is Wilbur. I had to try it. You know I had to try it. So, if y'all watched the Mechabellum Misplays I posted recently, where we had Majestic Space Turtle up against Meat Shield, we saw Majestic Space Turtle just throw down Rhinos on the line. And it worked. It beat basically a wall of Sabertooths with double shot. Blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. So in this replay, I thought if Majestic Space Turtle can pull it off at whatever MMR he was at, I can pull it off at, I don't know, I'm only like 18 something right now, but we can do it. We can do it. So I'm up against Clocala here as speed spec. Man doesn't believe in chaff. So round one we got me with Ball Crawl and Typhoon Specialist, with the idea that we're going to go with this Rhino play. Yeah, here's the chat from after the game. Clocala was pretty upset with me calling GG on the last round. Yeah, anyway, get that chat out of here. So we'll speed it up here, get through these kind of early rounds. So what I'll end up doing here is sell out of these steel balls eventually. But round one, I grabbed these arc lights. I thought, hey, everybody builds chaff round one, except for this guy. So we end up losing this round. Marksman with some arc light backup. Turns out it's pretty good against balls, crawls. So into the second round, we get a haste mod, which is like chef's kiss for Rhinos. So immediately I slam that onto the Rhino. I'll slow down here and talk a little bit about my loadout on the Rhino. So we have power armor, which gives us a little bit more HP and grants us immunity to slows. So once we start seeing stuff like oil come down or degen beam, this will help against that. And then whirlwind is kind of obvious. We have armor enhancement and wreckage recycling. So this kind of keeps your Rhinos up. Once they get into the battle, they can keep regenerating over and over again. We don't use all of them this game. There's some stuff that happens that kind of calls for me grabbing. I had to get photon emission from another unit, so we'll just watch how this develops. Surprise round two, we get through pretty easy since there's no chaff and his units just don't do enough damage. So we once again get a haste mod. Redeployment was pretty tempting here as well. Redeploying Rhinos all over the place is a lot of fun. We got a level onto that left Rhino right away, which is fantastic. So I immediately grabbed 2 more Rhinos, following in Majestic Space Duck shoes, wanting to get as many Rhinos on the board as possible. We sell out of that last ball, grab that whirlwind because we're probably going to see some chaff this round. Opponent dropping a missile down to slow down that big Rhino, and already getting oil on round 3 to slow us down. I do grab the health up to help these Rhinos survive. These HP buffs are really good for high HP units. 15% on, Rhinos base HP is a lot. So we do get slowed down by the oil. Our big Rhino just does not care. Just marching through all this stuff. We're once again going to get to the tower, eating 2 missiles along the way. Slapping some of these marksmen after we get the tower, cleaning up the board. So round 3, we get another win with our Rhinos. So here we get our Typhoon drop and a unit drop on round 4. So one of the things I was thinking about after watching Majestic Space Duck play, I was like, I bet you Wasps are really good with these Rhino plays. So I wanted to try it out, so I grabbed the triple Wasp deployment, throwing them down right in front of my Rhinos to help protect them, getting that power armor to help get through those slows. My opponent grabbing the EMP to slow and shut down the tech onto the Rhinos is a really good move. I really like this play from Clocala. definitely something I think is a way to shut this down. We got another level onto our right Rhino with the haste mod, so that's awesome. Here I deploy 2 flanking crawlers to kind of buffer our Rhinos from some of that initial damage that they could take, and maybe soak up a missile that gets deployed there. With Clocala coming down with a flank on the bottom left, I am pretty exposed, since I don't even have crawlers on the back of my towers, but I kind of expected something, so I put down 2 missiles on the back line, but that's not going to be sufficient to clear this these 2 flanks. With the last of my money, I grab another crawler, looking for a backline flank here, but it's going to meet a wasp deployment. So we don't even take out all the crawlers with our missile deployment, so kind of a bad spot for a missile for me. I think I kind of learned my lesson there a little bit. It needs to be further back to get that full crawler pack. And we can see here, we don't quite, I don't think, get the tower before Clocala does, so this is going to be a bit of a bummer. But we do take it right after, so that debuff isn't going to matter as much as you would expect. We got 4 Rhinos still up, healthy. There's wasps everywhere. We're going to get a nice cleanup on these wasps over here because our timer is longer since we took both towers. They kind of happened back to back, so we had a little bit longer tower buff, debuff. And now we just have to wait for our wasps to get over there and clean up these remaining wasps from that flank. So I think some of the next plays I make in this game almost lost me the game. Dealing with that bottom left flank, I kind of misplayed it, I think, a lot. But we'll look into this next round here. So we get a bunch of stuff I don't care about, and Clocala also skips. A little under the weather, so excuse my sniffling there. So this round was kind of tough. I had to figure out what to do over here, and at the same time I really had to keep the tempo up in the front, because I mean this type of play is going to run out of steam. You need to win early and you need to win fast. I don't think this is a viable late game comp once there's enough units down to distract the Rhinos and there's enough damage dealers on board to kill the Rhinos. You just are not going to be able to get those towers quick. My opponent really getting into the arc light now. He buys 2 more, so we got 6 arc lights down, 6 marksmen to try to stop this onslaught of Rhinos. He moves his wasp out of here with jump drive. So now we have 3 wasps kind of headbutting my wasps. I grab the shield onto the wasps to help them tank some of these marksman shots. And I deploy 1 missile here. And Clocala going for an attack upgrade this round. I also grab another set of wasps, this time to help this flank. I thought the missile was going to kill the crawlers here, and then the wasps could deal with the wasps. I thought maybe my wasps would win with the shield, but little did I know, aerial specialization got teched that round too. So add 2 more Rhinos here, this time behind some crawlers, so we have some late arriving Rhinos to the fight. So we'll see our poor wasps get absolutely decimated this round from the aerial specialization. But we do have this late arriving wasp that might be able to save us here if we can get in and get a tower. We are getting caught up on some of these units. Our Rhino is kind of going towards that backline instead of hitting the tower. Maybe a mobile beacon would be better here. I think that might be something that I look, if I play the strategy again, adding in that mobile beacon so we just go right to the tower right away instead of getting distracted by units alongside of the tower. We don't want our Rhinos to get pulled. You know, a clever player could also use a mobile beacon to distract Rhinos and pull them away from the tower. So 1 Rhino left. He's not tanky enough to get us through this round. Our wasps are dwindling too fast, so we are going to end up losing this one. Tower does go down as well, so starting to see a bit of a turn back to Clocala's favor on to round 5. Into round 6, we get a unit drop. I really like this Mustang card that came up. My opponent grabbing the big Wraith, probably anticipating the Mustang grab from me to deal with these wasps. I put down my Mustangs right behind my wasps to help them clear out those aerial specialization wasps for my opponent. So here we'll see me put down 3 missiles to try to blow up those wasps as soon as possible. They're just going to end up smacking into this big Wraith, getting nothing done. So these wraiths are definitely going to cause me problems. I have nothing that can really kill these wraiths. Level 3 wraith has way too much health. I believe Cloakall is also going to tech fuel maintenance on him, so they're just going to be super tanky. He's going to get a second one over here, I believe, as well. So here comes that second wraith. Level 2. I grab a level 2 Rhino to put down the center here. I did an elite recruit to grab that second blue Mustang as well. So I'm already rapid resupplying, knowing I need to get this game over quickly. Grab a blue crawler to stick over here with my higher level 3 Rhino. I believe he's gonna, yep, there he ends up getting parked over there. So I'm double upgraded, making my Rhinos run faster. Opponent not yet rapid resupplying, so his economy is not getting starting to take the hit like mine will be. I'm a little worried about this, but I sell out on my Wasp to get some money and just deploy 2 missiles to grab any shenanigans over there that are going to happen. So we do see the center doing well with that deployment, but these Mustangs just cannot take down these wraiths. They're stuck on them the entire fight. Once again, this Rhino goes off on an adventure before hitting the tower. So precious seconds there in these types of games where this Wraith might have went down with the number of Mustangs here if we had taken that tower sooner, but instead we get that Rhino to waltz back and not finish off the towers. You'll see this Wraith just eke out this fight, and then there's no way we can kill this giant level 3 Wraith over here, so we do end up losing round 3. We also, unfortunately, are going to lose this missile from this Wraith and Wasp coming over. So kind of an unfortunate series of events for us this round. Those Wraiths coming in clutch. Frick Cloakall, definitely taking away a lot of my tempo, making me kind of sad. Here I thought I was going to end up losing this one, losing too much tempo. So we had mass-produced Rhino, which would have been interesting, but we already didn't want to reduce our HP, so I really needed to get these Overlords down with Photon Emission to protect my Rhinos and to destroy these Wraiths. So this is kind of a double whammy. Photon Emission stops the EMP, and it'll also, these Wraiths will counter those, these Overlords will counter the Wraith. My opponent, being cheeky, adds that Wasp back to this corner, and now they saw that I had a naked defense over here. Going for the double fire, so we have the Firebomb plus oil coming down, and 2 hackers are added to this right side with EMP as well, so loading up on that EMP, trying to slow down this push on this side, protecting that big Wraith. I do add an arc light back here to try to deal with this crawler instead of keep throwing missiles at it. I've lost quite a bit of money on missiles over here already. I think this was kind of a bit of a misplay throughout the game, how I handled this corner. And we'll see this corner once again causing me issues. So with the Overlords, we are going to be able to pop, I think, might have even be able to get both Wraiths, I don't remember. But our tower is in jeopardy. We do take their tower first. But now we have our own Rhinos coming into our side. This Wraith getting hammered by this Overlord with the debuff. We do take that big Overlord down. But these Wasps come in and our own Rhinos, finishing off our tower because of these hackers. We probably don't have enough this round because our Overlord is going to have to fight our own Rhinos instead of taking down these Wasps. Looks like I didn't even get a shot off before the Aerial Specialization Wasp took him down. So hackers coming in big here, and then the double fire destroying all my chaff. So no more crawlers, no more Mustangs to distract things like those hackers. Another unit deployment round coming in on 8. I grab the Stormcallers. He says, I think I can get through some of this chaff quickly, these smaller units in front, pop any bubbles that'll come up. I can get to those towers sooner. Opponent grabbing the Raiden. It's the cheapest option here. Puts him, I think he is, maybe he sells one. I did get a level onto this Overlord, which is pretty big. It'll help me destroy this Wraith much faster. There's the Stormcallers. The Wasp on the corner gets leveled. Another hacker gets put down in the center, or maybe he hasn't moved it yet. There's the upgrade onto the Overlord. Yeah, one Raiden has been sold. My opponent just is so anti-chaff this game. He really only has 2 packs of fangs down. There's the bubble from the hacker, so the Stormcaller is definitely going to help out popping those bubbles this round. We get a Typhoon buy from me to deal with this flank. I think I should have did this sooner. I had the option to get Typhoon the whole game, and that would have probably taken care of both the crawlers and the wasps that were here. We do get a Raiden flank as well. A big bunch of upgrades. We had 3 Rhino upgrades that round coming down with 200 left to spend. I think we end up, I don't remember what we do. We elite recruit, or no, we just get another crawler to slam down in front of some units. And without the fire, it's really gonna, I think, turn in our favor this round. So here comes the photon emission. Watch how fast this Wraith goes down to the level 2 Overlord here. Maybe 2 volleys and it'll be gone. With the crawlers, the hackers just don't seem to have enough time to hack all of the Rhinos. The Rhinos on the left side breaking through without the hackers distract. And our Stormcallers are just hammering away the whole time. The only thing left on the board is this flanking Raiden. It did take care of our Typhoon and our Arclight. And right around here is when I GG'd, and Klokala got pretty upset in the chat. I don't think he liked losing to round 2 Rhinos. So I think if I was to play this again, I think I would go for the Photonic Coating over the Power Armor. I think Majestic Space Turtle had that right. Photon Coating does everything Power Armor does, I believe. Does it make it immune to slow? No, it does not make immune to slow. So that's the difference between Power Armor and the Photon Emission. Power Armor makes your Rhinos go fast all the time, unless they get EMP'd. So with the Photon Emission, EMP doesn't happen, so they won't get slowed at all. With the EMP, you're going to get your Power Armor disabled, and you'll be slowed anyway. So I think Photon Emission is the way to go for that tech. So I think I'll change my loadout to Whirlwind, Photon Emission, and keep the armor and the wreckage recycling. I think this is the third button I would push on the Rhino. Whirlwind, Photon Emission, and then the healing in that order. But you're always going to have, I think the counters to the stuff playing like this is just enough chaff to distract the Rhinos or some more medium units. Like I think vertical sledges are pretty good. They don't all get wiped out from one Whirlwind. I think steel balls with range is a pretty effective thing. Multi-beam melters with suck. And then, hackers are your classic. As long as you can protect the hacker, you can steal all the Rhinos. I think it's a bit of a tempo game. Like, if you can get enough levels on the Rhino to survive the hackers, I think you can get a tower before the hackers start converting all your Rhinos. I'm probably going to experiment with this build more. I think Majestic Space Duck might be onto something. Like, I love playing extremely aggressive, and seeing how effective the Rhino was up against things like the Sabertooth makes me a bit of a believer. Rhino's kind of like 2 or 3 shot Sabertooths, depending on the level, so really cool. And it's neat to see that something a beginning player tried out could actually be applied in a, upper, mid, ELO, whatever you want to call it, the step before the pros. So, fun game. I hope you like the analysis, and I hope you try this out. It'd be fun to play up against more of this in the ladder instead of the same old kind of boring stuff. So, hope you liked it. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.